Welcome back to Grow Messy, the YouTube channel, Flower Farm Edition. So, I was telling the story over on Instagram on how I decided to get started into the flower farming business. And because I literally know nothing about the flower farming business, like whatsoever. We actually went to a end of the year baseball party, and the lady, the couple that owns the venue that we used, she is like a florist. I mean, they also have other things like it's kind of like a business park. Anyway, I don't know her personally, but my friend does, and I was like, I could grow flowers for you, and so that's kind of how this all started. And so I immediately started transforming the garden. Um, I made two of my in-ground beds cut flowers. I made two and a half of my raised beds cut flowers. I immediately started seeds. We started the Pro Cut sunflowers from Johnny Seeds and the ballerina zinnias from Johnny Seeds. And the first round took off beautifully. Then we started a second round of 60 sunflowers, and I think we had like maybe 5 germinate, and so really low germination rate. Then the next week we started another 60, and most of those germinated, but they're still on the small side. So the first round should be ready the end of August, early September, is what I'm shooting for. And so hopefully by then I will have flowers to sell. And I think my end goal, or one of my goals, is to do market flowers. And so I want to make bouquets from my flowers, and I want to wrap them with my logo and everything and sell those as market bouquets, locally, obviously. So that's what I think I want to start with. And then I think maybe next year I'll try to get in some farmers markets. And then in between all of this, hopefully be able to sell to a florist. So those are my goals with flower farming as of now. And I'd really like to turn the greenhouse that was a greenhouse. If you guys remember, the tornado hit the greenhouse and destroyed it. But I want to turn that into a roadside stand. I just don't know where I'm going to put it, because it's just a big question on where I'm going to put it. Anyway, so but I want to paint it pink. Pink is going to be our signature color. Because I want to be bright and colorful. We painted the arbor pink and it looks great. And at first I was going to change it. And then I thought, no, the pink makes me happy. It's a bright, happy color. And so I think we're going to leave the pink arbor, and I'm going to paint the red chicken coop, potentially orange. And I think I'm going to do the other chicken coop, maybe like a green. Anyway, I don't know. These cats. Every time I sit down, Charlie's got to come lay on me. But found out she's a he. And we got our rabies today, and the kitten shot, and some kind of leukemia shot or whatever. I don't know. So he should be set. We got to go back in a month for the booster, but after that, should be good. So the problem with starting a new avenue is that you don't have a clear direction on where you're going to go. You also don't have a clear plan on how you're going to get there, because it's all new and you don't know what you're doing. And that's where I struggle. Like, I'm trying to get like not a website, but like an email list going. And that's really technical, and I'm a real technical person. And so that's been a challenge. And creating like a monthly newsletter that I can add like an availability list to, like what's available in my garden, like what I'm what I'm wanting to sell. My sunflowers are coming up. I can announce that. My zinnias are coming up. I can announce that. Things like that. Bouquets that I have available, where I'll be, what I'm doing, what I've started, those kinds of things. But I am not meant to sit at a computer. So it was giving me a giant headache. And I had to stop and come out here. And it's just a jungle. It's just a jungle of plants and weeds and grass. And I think what I'm going to do, what I told my husband I was going to do, is that I'm going to, if you can't beat them, join them. If you can't kill the weeds, join them. So I think I'm going to mow my walkways in between all my beds. I'm not going to do weed fabric in the walkways. I'm just going to mow. So I'm going to leave enough space around this garden to be able to get a push mower through my walkways to keep it mowed down. That's my plan, to combat the weeds. And then as far as my growing space, I think I'm going to do the weed fabric with the holes. And I think the best way to do that is, if you're doing a cut flower garden, to put your netting out first as a grid to where you know where the holes need to be in the fabric. That way your plant grows up through the hole and up through the netting. And I'm using the Cordova netting. I think it's the 6-inch from Johnny's Seeds. I got like a 325-foot roll. So that's what we're going to use. And it's surprisingly super easy to work with. And then I got the plastic like T-post stakes for the in-ground stuff, and it's working great because it has like, it's about to be a 2-second video because I ain't got very much storage, so I'll make it quick. Huh? Oh, okay. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna do for this video. So we're losing storage on my phone. I gotta go take all the videos off. So that's gonna be our flower farming journey, and I hope you guys stick with us and enjoy watching me navigate how to flower farm, and hopefully be successful, you know. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment, words of encouragement. And if you're a flower farmer, tips are welcomed. So yeah, we'll see you next time. Bradley, you have to say something.
Like what?
I don't know.
Grow flowers. You sure this cat's not dead?
I thought so at first when we were over there. I finally moved and he moved. Bradley is mowing for me. Mowing walkways. Getting ready for a new bed.